What's going on, guys? It is Patrick here, and today I'm bringing you another episode of the Ultimate Zombie Map Challenge. Today, we have Mob of the Dead versus Ascension. Now, there's just one quick thing I want to note, that if the saturation or the colors look really off, I just got a new computer recently. I'm still fiddling with things, and Sony Vegas just decides to absolutely suck and make all the colors really weird. So I'm not exactly sure why that's happening, but it will be worked out soon enough. I hope you can deal with that. Anyways, if you guys could drop a like, that would be most appreciative. Now let's get into this video. Semifinals, baby. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to look at is setup. And this is, getting your guns, getting your perks. I'm sure you've heard it a million times before. And looking at this, it's kind of weird because Ascension is a really easy map to set up on. There's not a whole lot to do. Pack-a-Punch takes a little bit, but I mean, it's not that big of a deal. And Mob of the Dead is a really long setup. Now, judging by, it really all depends on what your preference is. But overall, I think that you gotta give credit to Mob of the Dead for being so original with their setup. You always have something to do on Mob of the Dead. You can build the Golden Spork, build the Hell's Redeemer, or just do anything. You always have something to do with your setup, and it keeps it entertaining. So I think Ascension's setup has some merit to it, but overall, Mob of the Dead wins 5-3. Next up is post setup, and this is a little bit interesting. Mob of the Dead has quite a few spots to train, to go, and you still have things to do after you've totally set up. Whereas Ascension seems, it just gets a little bit boring after you've set up. You're just kind of going for a high round. You don't really have anything to go for anymore. I know a lot of people who agree with me. They say, yeah, once I get everything done on Ascension, I just kind of, I just get bored, and that's why I often die. So I think that Mob of the Dead is probably just has a little bit more going on after you've done everything. So it's going to win 3.5 points to 2.5. The last thing that we're going to focus on for gameplay aspects is the difficulty. And this is always a tricky thing. You want your map to be not too hard, but not too easy. Because if a map is too easy, it gets really boring really quick, like Die Rise or, maps like that. But if a map is really hard, like Shangri-La, a lot of people tend to not like it because it's just frustrating. Now, looking at these two maps, I think these both fall on the side of easier, because on Ascension you have your Thunder Gun, your giant air cannon that shoots every single zombie out of your way if you ever get trapped. Whereas on Mob of the Dead, you have your combo with the Vitrolic Withering, Electric Cherry, and the Shield, which basically makes you invincible. It's kind of OP, if you didn't know. So those are these are both two really easy maps. Making it to a high round is not the most difficult thing in the world. And I think really it wouldn't be fair to give one map more points than the other, so we're just going to go straight 3-3 to both maps. So now we're going to move on to innovative things that the developers put into the maps. And the first thing we're going to look at are perks. Mob of the Dead has Electric Cherry, a pretty good perk on Mob of the Dead. I do like it quite a bit. And Ascension has the PhD Flopper and Stamina Up. Now, I think all three of these perks are pretty good. Stamina Up is probably the least good, but just the fact that they put two perks in Ascension means they were really trying on this. They were really going hard, and that takes a lot of skill, a lot of thought, and just a lot of effort in general. And I do applaud them. I love when there's a new perk on a map. It just makes me so happy, so excited. So that's a really great thing, and I think Ascension deserves more points for that. So it's going to get 3 points. Mob of the Dead is going to get 1. Now from here, we're going to look at guns, and this is kind of interesting. Ascension has the Gersh device and the Makarashina dolls, whatever the heck you call it. I always pronounce it wrong. People call me on that. And the sickle. Those are really the only new things in it. The Thunder Gun was in Kino der Toten. Whereas Mob of the Dead has 3 different versions of the Blundergat. So it has the first one, this is the Blundergat. The Sweeper's pretty much the same thing, so that's not really new. But then it also has the Vitrolic Withering, which is totally a different gun. It also has the Golden Spork, which definitely beats the Sickle. And then, of course, it has the Hell's Retriever/Redeemer. Way more weapons, way better. Mob of the Dead wins 3 points to 1. Another thing that we're going to look at are the bosses, and Mob of the Dead has Brutus, good old Brutus that no one likes. Ascension has the stupid monkeys that no one likes. I think both of these maps are good maps, but they don't have the greatest bosses. Yeah, maybe they're a good idea, or maybe they're a unique idea, but they're not necessarily a good idea that many people like. So for that reason, we're going to go 2-2 to both maps. Just not great ideas. The last thing, though, that we're going to look at for innovative ideas is just an overall take on the map. And looking at this, I really think Mob of the Dead has to take it. You just can't argue the fact that Ascension has more innovative things than Mob of the Dead. Mob of the Dead has the plane, all these crazy buildables, the Vitrolic Withering, a new perk, the Hell's Retriever, most favorite thing from Black Ops 2, to be honest. Just so much stuff in that map, and you can't deny that they were extremely innovative. So we're going to go 5 points to Mob of the Dead and 3 to Ascension. Next up, we're going to take a quick look at the storyline. God, I love the storylines. So, Ascension, it starts the whole going to the moon thing, all that good stuff. Mob of the Dead, we got gangsters on an island in this infinite loop sort of thing. Both pretty unique ideas. I really do think that Treyarch is just amazing with their storylines, and I don't think you can really argue that one is better than the other. So we're going to go 2.5 points to both maps. They're both really, really well done. Last but not least, guys, we are going to take a look at the zombie bonus round. What map has the better feel factor? And this is really weird because personally, I love Mob of the Dead. I love the feel of it. But it's not the zombie feel. There's so much going on with Mob of the Dead that it kind of makes it something totally different than zombies. I do love it, but I feel like Ascension is more like that simplified, just do your thing, have fun kind of zombies that, zombies started from. And that's the whole reason of the zombie bonus factor. It's just for those old maps that just have that great feel that you can't really categorize. So we're going to go 4 points to Ascension and 1 to Mob of the Dead on the zombie bonus feel factor, man. So that is it for my half, guys. We have Mob of the Dead at 26 points, Ascension at 24. I now leave it up to you. In the comment section below, please comment what map you like more. Just say MOTD, Ascension. Don't need some big long explanation to get your thing entered. Just say what map you like more. I will take it as that. Now, 2 things. Number 1, please don't spam your votes. That's very, very annoying when I'm counting all the things, because it takes a long time to count 500 comments. And, when you do that, it just really bugs me. The other thing, please don't complain about what map won and what map didn't. If your map didn't win, don't ruin it for the others in the comment section. So many people, or Patrick, you're biased, oh my god, you like the map that I don't like, or someone else says Mob of the Dead and this person likes Ascension and says, I don't like this, you're an idiot, screw you. If I see any of that, guys, I'm straight up just blocking people. I want the people who enjoy this to have the best experience possible, and the people like that are just ruining it. So please be nice in the comment section. And like this video because, man, we're almost there. We got 1 episode left, guys. Anyways, I'll talk to you later. Sorry about that little rant, but I just wanted to put that at the very end for the people who are watching. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day. I love you. Peace out.